it's like the disabilities we saw in the Tare Zameen Par.
Okay, very good. That is my intention to actually introduce you, and my job is already done. And I am very happy with my audience, and you are all aware about this. And I will share something in detail, and I think you will enjoy. The objective of the presentation is actually I will talk about autism and prevalence of autism in the world and also in our country, and causes and etiology, signs and symptoms, and mitigation or treatment. Then, first of all, I would like to say what is autism. We all know that it is a neurodevelopmental disability or disorder, and it is related to several signs and symptoms. Physiologically, it is seen repetitive behavior, and also it is manifested in the childhood and between ages 2 to 4 actually. And the patient of autism actually has some disabilities with communication problem and social relationship. Then, we all know that it is prevalence is in the whole world and also in the Bangladesh. Research has found that about 1% of the people in the world are familiar with or suffer with autism, and another research has found that the prevalence is 1 in 68%, and the gender of children who are suffer with autism, and it is much higher in boys than in girls, and the prevalence is 65% for boys and 35% for girls. And in Bangladesh, one study from BSMEU, it is found that about 10.5 lakhs people in Bangladesh are suffered with autism. It may be that the prevalence is in some cases it is higher and in some cases it is lower, but around 10.5 lakhs. And the rural community actually suffer much from autism because they actually do not aware about the signs and symptoms of the autism and then the urban population. And causes of autism, actually the exact cause of autism is unknown until present. There are some research about the causes of autism, and the main focus is related to genetic predisposition. It is found that the parents of autistic children can focus on some gene that we all know that the genes of a person come from 50% from their mother and 50% from their father. And if there any possibility of autistic people, the predisposition can come from any of the parents, from father or the mother. And also there is a strong environmental factor is related to this issue, and also nutrition can affect the signs and symptoms and also this autism. Not only the genetic factor is responsible for this environmental factor, and during neurodevelopmental process, if any step is impaired, then the children may become autistic. And signs and symptoms, we all know that there are some common signs and symptoms of autism, such as speech delay. It is very common nowadays that our children they go up around 2 years or 3 years or more, but they cannot communicate with other people very effectively, and there is a delay in their speech, and it is one of the signs or symptoms of autism. And there are some cognitive problems. When the autism level is high, or when the children is affected severely, then there is some cognitive problems, and also social interaction. There is a disability in social interaction and video information, and there is repetitive pattern of their behavior. They can do the same thing time and again. These are the many signs and symptoms. So if we see that our children or family member, if they have any problem regarding this, so we should take care. And the treatment, actually, it is a disability, and 100% cure actually is not possible. But we can take care in other cases. We can mitigate. We can mitigate the problems. We can help the people with autism in compromising or in helping them in their activities, day-to-day life activities. And it is found that if an autistic baby can get care from the childhood to the adult, then around 90 to 95% symptoms may be mitigated through different types of treatment, such as speech therapy. It is very important. It is I think that we all know about speech therapy, because I previously mentioned that many of our children suffer from that problem. They cannot communicate very good, and I think that social awareness is also important in this case. We have to, what should I say? We have to go to the rural areas of our country and make them aware about autism, because most of our rural people are not well educated and they do not know about the symptoms of autism. So at first we have to make them aware that these problems are actually, we saw that when these signs and symptoms of autism prevail, the rural people said that they are mad and they took them to psychiatrist. But this is not a psychic problem. This is related to mental developmental disability, and we should consult with pediatrics and other consultants. And occupational therapy plays a very, very vital role in this case. We should take care from the childhood, and if we can intervene with specific activity and one-to-one school plays a very important role here, and one children and one teacher, and if we can maintain this type of
can you explain us what is speech therapy? Speech therapy.
Actually, speech therapy, sir, speech therapy